A high-profile community leader who's recently taken a very public role in the movement to stand up for women.
Now, some people are saying Phil Tyler's past shows someone quite different from his public persona. Meantime, Tyler characterizes any controversy as a smear campaign here. Today, the Spokane Area National Organization of Women released a statement calling for other community leaders to take a stand.
Graham 2's Lindsay Nadrich has reaction from now and from Tyler, too.
Every 98 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted.
1 in 4 women will be sexually assaulted in her lifetime.
Most victims are under 30 years old, and 15% are under 17.
As men, we must not stay silent.
This is a video Phil Tyler orchestrated. It features Spokane-County Sheriff Ozzie Knezevich, Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel, Spokane Fire Chief Brian Schaefer, and Mayor David Condon. It calls for men to take a stand against sexual harassment and sexual assault. After this video, we had some people come forward, expressing concerns about Tyler spearheading this kind of campaign in light of reports of his past treatment of women. On top of that, this week, the Inlander ran an article using interviews and court records from Tyler's 3 ex-wives. In that article, each tells a similar story of abuse from years ago. Tyler denies their accounts of what happened. I did find a civil case of domestic violence involving Tyler from 1998, where a protection order was issued at the time. Tyler was also charged with malicious mischief in 1991, but that case was dismissed. I reached out to Tyler, who pointed me to this video response, where he and his wife addressed the allegations of past domestic violence.
I have been accused in this article of decades-old allegations of some egregious behaviors. I have denied these allegations.
We also put in a records request with the Spokane-County Jail, where Tyler worked as a corrections lieutenant and eventually a sergeant. During his time there, we uncovered a series of complaints from coworkers about Tyler's behavior. One complaint reads, his behavior has created an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. And it is obvious to us that he is particularly aggressive toward females. While some of the complaints prompted internal investigations, not all of them were sustained, and none of them led to his termination. Tyler is documented denying those allegations. But it was the Inlander article that prompted today's reaction from the Spokane Area National Organization of Women. They released a statement that reads in part, former president of the Spokane NAACP and current community leader, Phil Tyler, has been accused by 3 previous wives of decades of verbal and physical abuse, for which there is an extensive amount of documentation and witness testimony.
With the recent allegations coming out in the Inlander article, we want to make sure that the men in that video are following through on their promises to stand up with the women and really abuse people of Spokane.
The statement also calls for the city leaders featured in the We Will Rise video to release their own statements regarding domestic violence. SPD Chief Craig Meidel, Fire Chief Brian Schaefer, and Mayor Condon released a joint statement today. It says, as local leaders, we support giving victims a voice. It is our jobs and responsibilities to make sure we provide a safe place in our neighborhoods, communities, places of work, and other places we congregate for victims to speak up and advocates to speak out. The allegations are very serious. Violence against women is a problem plaguing our country and dominating headlines nationally. And Spokane is no different. Too many women are victims, and we have more speaking up every day. But while the statement refers to allegations and domestic violence, it never directly mentions Tyler. In the meantime, Tyler and his wife say this amounts to a political smear campaign.
To be clear, I've known about each one of these women and these unhealthy relationships. I knew about how he left each relationship to better himself and remove the toxic nature of these circumstances.
Let me be clear. I am not and have never claimed to be a perfect person. There is no such thing. To all those that would quickly point fingers and make comments, do some self-assessment about what you are doing to widen the divide.
We aren't saying this is all made up. I will not call another woman a liar, and each of us have our own story. What I am concerned about is the narrative of trying this in the court of public opinion.
In the video, Tyler also denied the allegations and said he and his wife plan to continue to work for the betterment of their community.
I have been and continue to be an advocate for my community and those issues impacting its citizens and friends. I have been on the front lines, at the tables, and in many of the discussions. I am a wholehearted supporter of the Me Too and Time's Up movements. I support them without equivocation, and I will continue to do so.
And that was Lindsay Nadrich reporting. We do have this story posted on KREM.com.
You can read more about it there, and we also have it posted on the KREM 2 Facebook page.